Podathon makes some wishes come true, the book is opened on Boba Fett, and a sneak peek at Queen's Hope. Give us 5 minutes, and we'll give you the galaxy.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force.
Many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view.
This is Pete Fletzer, and welcome to Disturbances in the Force. Another week, another flood of news, rumors, clickbait, and conversation. All the links to the original stories can be found in the notes, and I urge you to check them out. So let's get to it. Well, the week started off with a bang when Disney dropped the trailer for the upcoming Book of Boba Fett series. The 108 seconds of footage showed off a somewhat healthier-looking Boba Fett and made it clear that Ming-Na Wen's Fennec Shand is an ever-present sidekick. The teaser opens with a Bomar monk, that was those spider droid with a monk's brain and a jar that were first seen in Return of the Jedi, and it proceeds to introduce us to Fett, claiming that Jabba ruled with fear, but he plans to rule with respect. An action sequence showed a street fight against some thugs with energy shields, but most of the trailer set up that Boba has taken control of Jabba's crime syndicate and has to lay down the law, as seen in a conversation with some Aqualish, Trandoshans, and an Ithorian. A new poster also dropped featuring the bounty hunter, Fennec Shand, and his signature starship. Jennifer Beals of Flashdance and the L Word fame confirmed via social media shortly after the trailer dropped that she was, in fact, one of the Twi'leks seen in the preview. Beals took to Twitter to share, quote, "So honored to be part of the Star Wars family. The little kid in me is jumping up and down." Deadline reported that, quote, "Specifics regarding her character are being kept under wraps." Book of Boba Fett drops on December 29th, 2021. StarWars.com released an excerpt from the upcoming E.K. Johnston novel, Queen's Hope. This is the third book in the trilogy that follows Padme Amidala during the time before she married Anakin Skywalker in secret. E.K. said, quote, "It was so nice to write about them when they're happy. Obviously, the specter of death hangs over their entire relationship, but these early days are light and optimistic, and I deeply enjoyed ushering them through it." You can purchase Queen's Shadow and Queen's Peril now, and you can also pre-order Queen's Hope before its April 2022 release. During the time leading up to the release of The Rise of Skywalker, there was a lot of rumor and conjecture online that believed that Doctor Who and the Crown actor Matt Smith was going to be playing a role in the final chapter of the Skywalker saga. On the recent podcast Happy, Sad, Confused, Smith confirmed that he, at one point, was slated to be in the film, but the role was ultimately canceled. When asked for more detail on the role he was discussing, Smith said, quote, "I could not possibly say, but it was a pretty groovy thing. It was a pretty groovy part and concept. It was like a big thing. Yeah, it was a big story detail, like, transformative Star Wars story details, but it never quite made it over the line." Continuing, he said, "It was like a big shift in the history of the franchise." It was rumored his role was related to, or perhaps was, Sheev Palpatine in another form. Fans may never know any more detail. A photo popped up on Instagram this week showing Pedro Pascal, aka Din Djarin from The Mandalorian, doing some voice work at Ear Candy Studio in New York City. The caption from the Ear Candy Instagram account said, quote, "What a treat to have The Mandalorian pop in for a few sessions with Skywalker sound." There has been some speculation that the Mandalorian could appear in the Book of Boba Fett, and there is the possibility that he was recording for a completely unrelated project, including work for the Disney Plus Day scheduled for next Friday. Fans will know more when the Book of Boba Fett drops at the end of December. If you're listening to this on Saturday, we urge you to head on over to our YouTube page at youtube.com/AroundTheGalaxy to take part in Podathon 2021, the all-day Star Wars content creator marathon, raising money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. In addition to over a dozen of the most popular Star Wars podcasters and YouTubers, the event will feature guests from around the Star Wars galaxy, including Paul Sun-Hyung Lee from The Mandalorian, authors Claudia Gray, Charles Soule, and E. Ann Convery. You'll also meet Lucasfilm Story Group's Matt Martin and Disney creative executive behind Galaxy's Edge and the Galactic Resort, Scott Trowbridge. If the content wasn't enough, for every $5 in donation made, donors will receive an entry into a raffle that features over 45 prizes throughout the day, including a Bo-Katan sketch print donated and signed by Dave Filoni, an autographed collection of Claudia Gray books, collectibles, signed posters, t-shirts, and more. Visit youtube.com/aroundthegalaxy to find the live stream or donate directly at atgcast.com/Podathon. Well, that wraps it up for this week's Disturbances in the Force. Make sure to check out the Around the Galaxy podcast for weekly one-on-one interviews with the people behind the fandom. This Tuesday, we're going to be giving you a replay of our Matt Martin interview from Podathon. Please subscribe for regular updates. Follow us on all your social media channels at ATGcast and visit our website at atgcast.com to keep up with us, find our merch, and get information about supporting the show as an Around the Galaxy patron. Thank you so much for listening, and may the Force be with you.